Ho 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 ho. Ladies, gentlemen, gamers, and fellow Genshin Impact lovers and haters. Welcome back to our starting drip marketing coverage of Xilonen. I really hope I'm saying her name right. I'm probably not, but regardless, let's get the show started. It is the ripe time of 1:30 a.m. And now it is time for us to start thinking about and deciding if we want to get Xilonen. So, Xilonen here is pretty interesting. So, I've watched the special program preview, and we saw her kit a little bit, not that I remember most of it, but I basically do know that her kit is a little weird and that she is basically a support type character. Now, first general impressions about her kit, at least, because the way I like to review these characters is always in certain criteria. Number one, the most important, are they good? Are they meta? Do they feel good to play? Do I like their gameplay? Number two, their look. Number three, their lore. So, meta gameplay wise, focusing on that for a second, Xilonen seems pretty good. I honestly view her from everything I've heard. Excuse me, that has nothing to do with everything I heard. But from everything I've heard, and obviously from the little video right down here on the bottom right here, people are already making their videos about Xilonen as well. And according to I Want to Lose Gaming, she's meta defining, which I kind of assumed as much. This is where Xilonen's going to be a type of support. I think if you run a full Geo team, which if you haven't seen me before, I fucking hate Geo. I absolutely abhor Geo. But unless you're doing that, she's probably going to be the better KACHINA. Now, KACHINA is a 4-star, right? It's the free character we got in Natlan. And KACHINA, unironically enough, and this is only because of two things, but KACHINA, unironically enough, is really good. Number one, in Natlan, she gives us a free movement ability. That is really good feeling, helps us go up cliffs, helps us explore. It's great. The other reason is she's actually a really good fucking support because of the new artifact set that directly involves Natlan people because they have the Night Soul Blessing state, which obviously KACHINA has, and obviously Xilonen is going to have. So I basically see her as the better KACHINA. KACHINA is already really good. Xilonen's probably going to be way better than her. And KACHINA's good. For a 4-star, she's really fucking good. All you have to do is get her out there, have her toss the drill out, and you're done. So, gameplay-wise, we'll see how Xilonen fares in actual gameplay. Because she does have the rollerblades, which again, I think is going to be a better version of KACHINA, because she literally gives Flog, or I don't remember if it's Phlogiston, the new resource in Natlan, or if it's just Night Soul Blessings points, but she helps give the people of Natlan more time to basically use their exploration ability. So not only is she better for overworld, but she's probably going to be better for supporting and giving damage as well. So with that in mind, I still haven't done my Kanich rolling. Ironically enough, I'm going to do it right after this, I believe. So that should be a quick one, but we have to start thinking about Xilonen. So gameplay wise, I don't know if I'll like her. I like the idea of the rollerblades, and those look really cool. They look really smooth. And I hate complimenting Genshin because there's a lot wrong with it. But those, ironically enough, look pretty good. Meta wise, as people are saying, I mean, obviously it's a little clickbaity, but as people are saying, meta defining, right? So she's probably going to be really fucking good. And then look wise, she's hot as fuck. She's obviously in a way, a cat girl, which is amazing. And lore wise, I know nothing about her except that she's from the same tribe KACHINA's from, and that she is a forger. She likes jewelry, but she also makes things. She's an inventor. And she, ironically enough, made KACHINA's Turbo Twirly. So lore is pretty uninteresting, but it's whatever. So basically, to surmise this, she's probably the better KACHINA. At the least, I'm definitely going to do a 10 shot for her. We got to see what else. So let's check out the teaser here. Let's see if it entices us anymore. And let's see if it's sexy or not. Let's take a look at the cat girl. Xilonen. She also forges names in the lore. Oh, let me just stop it here. In the lore, I have a very big assumption that she is going to help us unlock, and slight story spoilers here. She is going to help us unlock our pyro power, because going into Natlan, we don't have it, and I'm assuming it's because we don't have an ancient name, and she actually has the power to forge us one. Who knows how that's going to happen? We'll find out in the story, but she is actually a little important, even for gameplay purposes. So let's take a look.
Ancient names
Oh!
are Natlan's generational legacy.
She's forging. She doesn't look like she forges at all.
They are records of our past.
I thought she was
and chronicles
crying.
of our heroes.
That was her sweat, which I want to lick. Oh god. She doesn't look strong.
Behind every echo,
physically.
a timeless victory.
Oh shit.
Every canopy.
Oh, Kanich.
An unseen conflict.
Oh my god. Abuse.
And
They're
every
hunting
spring,
it.
a heated battle.
Oh shit, those things look the coolest to me. I love the way those look.
But
They look ready for battle.
from one generation to the next,
Oh, look at her makeup.
history can change.
I swear to god,
The
her being a
slightest
forger is
distortion
so out of like
poisons
the
our
norm
legacy.
for what she looks like. Oh gosh, she's so hot.
Power means you never yield.
Oh shit.
Others at your peril.
Look at her hair color. That shit is blue and pink on the side.
Fact,
Oh damn.
legacy, and true history
Oh my god, the fire, the flame.
is what I forge.
Oh my god, those were impact frames. Holy shit.
Of this land.
Look at her
The
tail.
hero is engraved in stone.
Oh my god.
Their legacy
He's so hot.
immortal in this name,
She's the Navi of Natlan.
forged in flame.
Oh my god.
Muongozo, Is
Muongozo. That's crazy. Muongozo. That's pretty cool. So obviously, if people didn't know, Natlan takes inspiration from real-life places in the world, as do many other regions. Natlan specifically is South America, Africa, and Australia, which is pretty interesting. I think we all know where that one's from, the inspiration for the name there. But yeah, this was pretty cool. I mean, you know, I always say the same thing, so it really makes me question, should I even keep doing these? But better to do them than to not, right? For views, hopefully. But this is where the quality was really good. Obviously, she's hot as shit. This was more of a lore video, I'll be honest. Like, this wasn't really showing them off. I mean, it was showing her off, right? It's showing what her capabilities are. But the biggest question in the lore for lore people is, like, how does the ancient name work, right? And again, very little spoilers here for the story, but, you know, ancient names are very powerful, and they work in a weird way with the Night Kingdom, right? Which is basically hell. But it's hell, but it's a physical place. It's below Natlan. Like, it's physically there, but you can't get there physically, weirdly enough, but you could get out of it physically. It's really strange the way they're doing it, and I don't know if they're disrespecting it or not. I don't know how the actual source material in the world goes, right? Excuse me. That's disrespectful, I apologize. But, you know, this is where, lore-wise, this is pretty interesting, because she has the power to give ancient names. But ancient names are supposed to be passed down, and they were supposed to be given from the Wyob, I think. I'm all like hazy with the lore, and the lore is really confusing for this shit, and you know, that's one of the main issues I have sometimes, and it's the main issue I had with Sumeru as well. Sumeru, they had the 6 Darshans, which were like some weird ass names, which I feel like they never really explored too well. Or even if they did, even if they wrote about it in some lore entry here and there, it was really confusing, and I could never pin down what each school did and who was with what. It was just a mind fucking. Now, thankfully, this isn't as bad as that. This is just more confusing because I feel like they're just not going too far into it to not make it make too much sense, because it doesn't make sense. It's a lot of you can't think too far into it to have it make sense, is essentially what I'm saying. But in terms of Xilonen, you know, this is pretty cool. And again, look-wise, and this might sound a little wrong coming from certain aspects or certain viewpoints, but look-wise, I thought she was a girl who was, like, rich, who was into jewelry, who's not really a forger. Because when I think of forging, I think of a blacksmith, a big, burly, hairy man. Not saying women can't do it, right? It's 2024. Women can do whatever they want. But you don't look like this and have a job like this. Now, I'm all for breaking the norms and everything, but obviously this is fantasy and things don't make sense, and this really doesn't make sense. Like, you're wearing makeup in a forge, unless that makeup is, like, the panacea for women, because I'm pretty sure women would love makeup that doesn't, like, run when they sweat, because this thing is locked on. Like, holy shit. This is, like, the perfect makeup that I think women would kill for, but this shit is, like, not running at all. You gotta think about that. She's in a furnace place, right? She's forging. She's probably, I mean, we literally see her sweat droplets, which, again, I want to lick. you know, we see them falling down, but her makeup is perfectly fine. Like, this doesn't make any logical sense, and it's really bugging me. But, you know, I'm not a big fan of her lore. I don't like these silly little things. I'm more of like a hardcore lore person, which sadly we're not going to get that in Genshin. But to kind of focus on Xilonen again, right? What are my current opinions? Lore-wise, I think she's a little bit of a dichotomy, which I don't personally like. I don't hate it, but I definitely don't like it. Her character personality is obviously she's probably a nice person, as most Genshin people are, so I'm gonna like her to some extent, similar to Kanich. But yeah, this is where gameplay and meta rule for me, and she's looking to be pretty good. So I might do maybe more than a 10 shot on her so far, but we gotta see. But she's being set up a lot in the story as basically a setup to have the traveler get more acquainted with Nalan and get an ancient name and hopefully be able to use Pyro. So that's what I think her story is for. She's there for character development. But overall, she's pretty good. So she's inspiring me to maybe do more than a 10 shot, but obviously, we got to get through more of the drip marketing, and I got to see all the reviews and guides out there, not the early access bullshit. But either way, that's my Xilonen opinions as of right now. I hope everyone enjoyed, and if you did, please watch me at Twitch TV/Tecnics channel.